Okay, so I'm Kerry. I am the Senior Counsellor and Service Lead for our Children and Young People's Bereavement Service here at the hospice. Our service is incredibly important to the young people we support. Children can be referred for bereavement support, from counselling through ourselves, through any bereavement that they might have had. And also if they're linked with the hospice as well, we do support children and young people who have got a family member here too. So it's not just bereavement that we offer support for, we also work with the sort of pre-bereavement side of things. If a child or young person has found out that they've got a very special person in their life who's been diagnosed with a palliative or life-limiting condition, that can be a very upsetting and stressful time for any family, and children and young people pick up on that. So we also offer support for that too. On average, we actually see about 100 children a year, which is quite a lot. So we are a busy service. We're made up at the moment of myself. We have another staff member who works 2 days a week. We offer play therapy, we have art therapy, and we have our talking therapist volunteers as well. So we do have a nice range of services to offer children and young people when they come to us. So when it comes to the time for them to have some support, we really try and allocate them to the right sort of therapist for them, to work with them and really give them that space they need to just explore their grief or their concerns or their worries or what might be happening for them in a nice, private, confidential space. We see children here at the hospice. They can come and see us here in our lovely coach house. We have our art therapy room. We do also sometimes go out to schools too. So if children prefer to be seen in their school, we liaise with schools, we arrange for a nice private room, and we see children there. Obviously, following COVID, we changed our service massively, and we started opening up the online and telephone provision as well, which has been amazing to be able to do that. We've been able to see just as many children as we would do normally, if not more so, I think, actually, in this past year. So we've kind of got that extra branch now to offer for those children who maybe don't want that face-to-face option, they feel more comfortable online, then we can also offer that too. The counselling and the support we offer is so important. I touched on this earlier, but for a child and young person experiencing a bereavement or facing a potential bereavement, their world suddenly becomes very unsafe and very uncertain, and it can have huge impacts on their social skills when they're with friends, with family. It can have a huge impact on their ability to concentrate when they're in school, and quite often schools get in touch with us a lot, to discuss a young person. They might just want some advice of how they can support, and we do that as well. So we don't just do those one-to-one sessions with children and young people. We offer those conversations with parents, with carers, with schools, with other professionals who really want to know how they can support the child that they're working with. So we build really strong relationships with schools too, and we make sure that we kind of have that holistic approach for that child, so that everybody who's involved in supporting them, we're all singing from the same page. And I think that's really important. Our service actually, we sometimes would like to go into schools and we will offer workshops and some training opportunities for schools if they want to just upskill their staff around how to work with bereaved children, how best to support them, how to have those conversations. We work with parents and carers about how to have those difficult conversations with a child, how to talk about somebody who might be very poorly, what might happen to them. Talking about funerals, preparing children and young people for that is so important, and we're here to really support the whole family with that. We don't just work with that child. So our service, I think, really is key to giving the children and young people that foundation to be able to really hold their grief and go through that process that we all know we're going to go through in our lives. We don't want to see children and young people upset, we don't want to see them sad, but we can give them all the skills and all the space they need to actually be able to handle it and cope with it and come to terms with their grief in their own way. And I think that's really the key thing for me about this. So it's why I love working here. Like, we give the child what they need. We're very child-led, and we listen to them, and whatever's coming up for them, that's what we're going to help them with. And if they want us to have conversations with teachers for them, perhaps they might want timeout cards and things like that, we can have those discussions, so we can really be that advocate for that young person as well. And I love that. That's kind of just, that's what I do. That's what makes me tick, and that's why I think here at the hospice, that service is just, it's amazing that we can offer that to the community as well as the families of our hospice too. So if you did really want to look at referring a child or young person to our service, I would say just go to our website. We've got a whole section on how to refer, or you can just contact our service directly. A parent or carer can refer, a school can refer as long as you've got the permission from the young person and the family, and any other professionals as well. So please do get in touch with us if you just want to discuss that process with us.